Hi, welcome to my journey. This is Miss Carr and I am inviting you to learn with me. Are you ready? Let's go! Hello. So today we will answer some word problems and we will apply our skills and knowledge about exponents and square roots in real life scenarios. Okay? A scientist is trying to discover a cure for the common cold. She takes 40 common cold cells and discovers the cells are tripling every 30 minutes. How many cells will there be in 3 hours? Okay, so what we need to find out is how many cells will there be in 3 hours? Or ilan daw yung cells after 3 hours kung natitriple siya every 30 minutes. Okay? So, if we will use the table, so ganito yung mangyayari. 0 minutes, 40 common cells. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, hindi pa yan natitriple. After 30 minutes, natriple na siya. So, yung 40 natin, naging 120. After another 30 minutes, which is naging 60 minutes na, yung 120 na triple ulit, so that will be 360. So, in 90 minutes, it will be 1,080. In 120 minutes, it will be 3,240. In 150 minutes, naging 9,720. And in 180, naging 29,160. Okay? So, huminto na ako sa 180 minutes kasi ang tinatanong lang naman dyan is after 3 hours. If you convert 3 hours in minutes, that would be 180. Kasi kada 1 hour, meron tayong 60 minutes. Okay? So, the number of common cold cells after 3 hours is 29,160. Okay? So, if we will use the concept of exponents para mas madali natin makuha yung sagot, it will be like this. 40, dyan tayo nag-start ng number ng cells, times 3 kasi natitriple. Now, the exponent will tell you ilang beses siya na triple. Okay? So, that's why yung 3 hours, kinonvert muna natin into minutes and that is 180. And dinivide natin siya by 30 kasi nga kada 30 minutes siya na titriple, right? So, if we do that, the exponent will be 6. So, ibig sabihin, 6 na beses siyang natitriple. Alright? So, kung makikita nyo sa table, 6 na beses siyang na-triple, di ba? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright? So, if we have now 40 times 3 raised to 6. So, sa order of operation, di ba, ang nauna is yung my exponent. So, let's answer first 3 raised to 6. So, if we're gonna answer this, the answer is 729, and then multiply it by 40, you'll get the same answer, 29,160. Alright, so yan na yung bilang ng common cold cells after 3 hours. You have a rectangular frame that is 40 cm by 60 cm. Can you put a square picture that has an area of 800 square centimeter completely inside the frame? Okay, so ang kailangan nating malaman is makakalpaglagay ba tayo ng square picture na merong area na 800 square centimeter sa isang rectangular frame na merong sukat na 40 cm by 60 cm. Okay? So, let's have this one. So, ito daw yung rectangular frame ko. Ang sukat niya is 40 cm by 60 cm. Okay? So, this is my square picture na merong area na 800 square centimeter. Okay? Para malaman natin kung magkakasya siya dito, alamin natin kung yung side ba niya is mas maliit dito at saka dito. Okay? Since square siya, ibig sabihin parehas lang yung sukat ng side niya. Alright? So, since ang meron tayo is yung area, at para makuha natin yung side niya, i-square root lang natin yung area. Okay? Kasi 'di ba kapag kukunin natin yung area ng square, since parehas lang yung sukat ng side, ang gagawin natin, i-multiply lang natin sa isa pa niyang side. So, ini-square lang natin siya. So, kung babalik ta rin, i-reverse, side naman yung kukunin, i-reverse mo lang yung square. Kukunin mo yung square root. Okay? So, in this case, yung side, para makuha natin, is kunin natin yung square root ng area, which is yung 800 square centimeter. Then, we'll get 28.3 centimeter. So, ibig sabihin, yung side ng square na to is 28.3 centimeter. Alright? Now, magkakasya ba dito sa loob ng rectangular frame na to? Yes, kasi yung 40, mas malaki naman siya dun sa 28.3 cm. So, ibig sabihin, magkakasya yung side nito dito sa loob ng rectangular. Ganun din dito, kasi mas malaki naman yung 60 cm dito sa 28.3 cm. Okay? So, the answer is yes. Malalagay natin yung square picture dito sa ating rectangular frame. Okay? What is the area of a square with side length 13 cm? Okay? So, ngayon, ang hahanapin daw natin is yung area ng square. Alright? So, again, yung area ng square, para makuha yung area, kahit hindi pa yan square, you just need to multiply length and width. Okay? So, since square yung hinahanapan natin ng area, so ibig sabihin, yung side niya is parehas. So, yung length niya is 13 cm and yung width niya is 13 cm. So, if we will multiply the length and the width, so ganito lang yung magiging tsura niya. 13 times 13. Eh, di ba kapag nag-multiply naman tayo ng same na number, ng dalawang beses, we can just use the exponent 2. So, pwede rin natin gawing 13 squared. Okay? And we'll get the answer 169. So, the answer for this problem is 169 square centimeter. Okay? What is the length of the garden that has an area of 289 square meter? Okay, so yung hahanapin natin is yung length ng garden or yung side niya. Okay? So, this is your garden and it has 289 square meter. So, again, to get the side, we just need to get the square root of the area. So, the square root of 289 square meter is 17 meter. So, ibig sabihin, yung side niya is 17 meter. Alright? Parehas sila. The sum of my digits is 10. What perfect square might I be? Okay. So, ang hanapin natin is yung perfect square na kapag pinag-add mo daw yung digits niya, the answer is 10. Alright? So, kung matatandaan nyo, ang perfect square, ito lang yung product na yung factor niya is parehas. Okay? So, these are the examples of perfect squares. So, tulad ni 4, di ba, yung factor niya is pwedeng 2 times 2. Alright? So, parehas na number. Another is 9. Di ba yung factor niya is 3 times 3. So, parehas din na number. So, perfect square tong mga to. So, alin dito, yung pag pinag-add mo daw yung digit niya, 10 ang sagot. So, the answer is 64 kasi 6 plus 4, 10. Okay? Frame measures 20 cm by 10 cm. Can you put a square picture with an area of 450 square centimeter in the frame? Explain why or why not. Okay. So, yung hahanapin natin or aalamin natin is kaya ba natin maglagay ng square picture na merong area na 450 cm squared sa isang frame na ang measure niya is 20 cm by 10 cm? Okay, so let's find out. So, ito yung frame natin na merong area na 200 square centimeter. Kasi to get the area, multiply lang natin yung side niya na 20 cm by 10 cm. Okay? Now, yung ilalagay daw natin na square picture is merong area na 450 cm squared. Okay? So, para malaman natin yung side niya, again, kunin natin yung square root ng area. So, the square root of 450 square centimeter is 21.2 centimeter. So, yung bawat side ng square picture na to is 21.2 centimeter. So, ang tanong, magkakasya ba siya dito sa side, saka sa side na to? No. Kasi nga, mas malaki yung side ng square picture natin na 21.2 cm dun sa side na 20 cm ng frame. Alright, ganun din tong side na to sa side na to. Mas malaki siya. Okay? So, the answer for this is no because it won't fit kasi nga mas malaki yung sides ng square picture dun sa frame natin. Okay? The hypotenuse of an isosceles right triangle has a length of 40 meter. Find the length of the other two legs of the triangle. Okay, so yung hahanapin natin is yung length ng dalawang legs ng triangle. Okay? Kung yung hypotenuse daw natin is 40 meter. Alright, so this is our isosceles triangle. Pag sinabi natin isosceles right triangle, ibig sabihin same yung dalawang legs niya. Alright? And this is the hypotenuse. Yan yung 40 meter. Now, gagamitin natin itong formula na to to get the side or the length of A and B, yung dalawang legs. Alright? So, now we have the C, that is the hypotenuse. So, yung C natin is 40 squared equals A squared plus B squared. Now, since parehas naman yung sukat ni A tsaka B, ginawa na lang natin siyang parehas na A. Alright? So, now we have 40 squared is equals to A squared plus A squared. Diba, 1 naman yung invisible number dyan. So, that will be 2A squared. Okay? Now, ang gusto lang natin malaman is yung value ni A. So, tatanggalin muna natin tong 2 by dividing it by itself. So, 2 divided by 2, that is 1. So, hindi na natin kailangan isulat si 1. So, technically, ang matitira na lang is A squared. Okay? So, 40 squared is 1,600 divided by 2 kasi nga sa side na to nag-divide tayo ng 2. Dahil equal side siya, dapat gagawin din natin dito. Okay? So, the answer for this is 800. So, A squared is equals to 800. Alright, hindi pa tayo tapos dito kasi ang kailangan lang natin is A, yung side. Okay? So, to eliminate this exponent, we just need to do the reverse. So, kukunin natin yung square root ng A squared. Okay? So, the square root of A squared and the square root of 800 is 28.3 meter. So, yan yung equivalent ng side ng A. So, since parehas sila naman, kasi nga isosceles right triangle, ibig sabihin, parehas lang sila na 28.3 meter yung sukat ng legs. Okay? JM's rectangular living room is 12 meter by 5.5 meter. He has a square rug that covers 3/7 of the area of the floor. What is the side length of the square rug? Alright, so ang hahanapin natin is ano yung side length ng square rug na nandun sa floor which covers 3/7 of the area of the floor. Okay? So, this is the floor, the living room of JM. And yung side niya is 12 meter by 5.5 meter. So, to get the area of this floor, you just need to multiply their length and width, and you'll get 66 meter squared. Okay? So, ito yung area ng living room ni JM. Now, meron daw siyang square rug, and yung rug na to, ang nako-cover sa floor is 3/7. Okay? So, you need to get the 3/7 of that area. So, we need to multiply that. And the answer is 198/7 if you divide that. So, the area is 28.3 meters squared. So, ito yung area ng square rug na nandun sa living room or floor ni JM. Alright? But hindi naman area yung hinahanap natin. Yung hinahanap natin is yung side. Alright? So, again, to get the side of the area, you just need to get the square root of the area. So, the square root of 28.3 meter squared is 5.3 meter. So, ibig sabihin, yan yung side length ng square rug ni JM. Okay? 5 liters of a paint will cover 19 square meter and you're painting a square pattern. What is the side length of the largest square the paint will cover? Okay, so ang hinahanap natin is yung side length ng largest square na pwede nating ma-paint gamit yung 5 liters. Kung nako-cover niya is 19 square meter. Alright. So, ito yung area na pwedeng magamit, yung 5 liters na paint. So, para makuha natin yung side length ng square na pwede nating ma-cover gamit ng 5 liters, we just need again to get the square root of the area. Okay? So the square root of 19 square meter is 4.4 meter. So yun yung largest side length ng square na pwede nating ma-paint gamit yung 5 liters. Okay? You have a rectangular frame that is 30 centimeter by 50 centimeter. Can you put a square picture that has an area of 800 centimeters squared completely inside the frame? Alright, so ang tinatanong lang dito is, kung meron kang rectangular frame na ang sukat is 30 centimeter by 50 centimeter, pwede ko ba siyang lagyan ng square picture na merong area na 800 centimeter squared? Alright, so this is your living, or this is your rectangular frame, okay? So, ang sukat niya is 30 centimeter by 50 centimeter. Now, this is your square picture na merong area na 800 centimeter squared. Ngayon, para malaman mo kung magkakasya siya dito, kailan alamin mo yung sukat ng side. So, dapat mas mababa siya kaysa dun sa sukat ng side ng rectangular frame, okay? Again, to get the side of this one, you need to get the square root of your area. So the square root of 800 centimeters squared is 28.3 centimeter. So yung side down ng square picture is 28.3 centimeter bawat side. Alright? Dahil square naman siya. Now, dahil mas maliit yung side nito kaysa dito, at mas maliit din yung side na to kasi 28.3 lang din siya kaysa dito. So, ibig sabihin, pwede nating ilagay itong square picture dito sa loob ng rectangular frame. Okay? A certain type of bacteria doubles every 4 hours. The experiment begins with 1 bacteria. How many bacteria after 16 hours? Alright, so yung tinatanong lang dito is, how many bacteria after 16 hours kung nadodoble siya every hours. Okay? At nagsimula tayo in 1 bacteria. Alright? So, we'll use the table. So, in 0 hour, of course, isa pa lang yung bacteria. Kasi nadodoble pa lang naman siya after 4 hours, diba? So, after 4 hours, yung isang bacteria na doble, so naging 2 na. Another 4 hours, so 8 hours nang nakalipas, so yung bacteria natin naging 4 na. After 12 hours, naging 8, and then after 16 hours, naging 16 na yung bacteria natin. Alright, so to answer this question, how many bacteria after 16 hours? The answer is 16 bacteria. Okay? So let's use the concept of exponent para mas madali natin malaman yung sagot. So first, nag-start tayo sa 1 na bacteria times 2 kasi na-doble. So the exponent is 16 over 4 kasi kailangan natin malaman ilang beses siya madodoble kung kada 4 hours. So 16 hours divided by 4, so ibig sabihin 4 na beses siyang madodoble. Alright, so we have na 1 times 2 raised to 4. So order of operation, kailangan mauna yung may exponent, right? So 2 raised to 4, the answer is 16. Then 16 times 1, the answer is 16. So, same lang yung sagot natin kanina. Okay? So, again, the answer for this problem, how many bacteria after 16 hours? 16 bacteria. Okay? A germ splits into 2 germs once every day. How many germs will there be after 4 days, 5 days, 6 days? Alright, so yung tanong dito is, ilan yung germs after 4 days, 5 days, 6 days kung na-split siya or nahati into 2 once every day. Alright? So, gamitin natin yung table. So, in 0 day, so since isa lang naman yung germ, okay? So, kada araw siyang na-split, diba? So, sa unang araw, na-split yung isa, naging 2. Sa second day, naging 4. Third, naging 8. Fourth, naging 16. Fifth day, naging 32. Sixth day, naging 64 na yung number of germs. Okay? So, to answer the question, kung ilan yung magiging number ng germs after 4 days, the answer is 16. After 5 days, 32. And after 6 days, that is 64. Okay? So, let's use the concept of exponent. So, sa una, 4 days. So, 1 times 2 and raised to 4 kasi sa ika-4 na araw, ibig sabihin, 4 na beses na siyang nadoble. So, 2 raised to 4, that's 16. And times 1, that is 16. So, sa 4 na araw, 16 na yung germs. So, di ba, ito lang din naman yung sagot dyan. Alright, so how about in 5 days? So, sa 5 araw, 5 beses na siya na doble. So, 2 raised to 5. So, that's 32 times 1. So, 32 na bacteria. So, tama din yung sagot natin kanina. How about this one? Sa ika-6 na araw, so 6 na beses siyang na doble. So, that is 2 raised to 6. That is 64. 64 times 1, that is 64. So, after 6 days, ang number ng germs is 64. Okay? An asteroid is 10 to the 11th power miles away from the Earth, and it is traveling a speed of 10 to the 4th power miles per day. How many days will it take the comet to reach the Earth? Okay, so yung hanapin natin is gaano or ilang araw bago ma-reach ng isang comet yung Earth kung ang layo niya ng asteroid from Earth is 10 to the 11th power miles at yung bilis ng pag-travel niya is 10 to the 4th power miles per day. Okay? So, ang gagawin natin, i-divide natin. Alright? Para malaman natin yung araw. So, 10 to the 11th power miles divided by 10 to the 4th power miles per day. Alright? So, ang hanapin natin is yung day. So, again, if natatandaan nyo dun sa previous video, if we will minus number with exponents, ang gagawin lang natin is to minus their exponent. So, 11 minus 4, that is 7. So, the answer is 10 to the 7th power days. Okay? So, ganyang katagal bago ma-reach ng comet yung Earth. Alright, so, in this case, gawin natin to. Diba yung 10 to the 11th power, ang sinasabi lang ng exponent dyan is kung ilan yung 0. Alright, so 1 tapos 11 na zeros. Okay? Divided by 10th to the 4th power. So, 4 yung exponent, so ibig sabihin 4 yung zeros. Okay? So, pag dinivide mo yung ito, tsaka yung denominator, ang sagot dyan is 10 million days. Alright? So, shortcut, if you're gonna divide numbers na puro 0 lang naman, cancel out mo lang yung 0 nila na parehas. Then, yung matitira lang din is yan yung answer. So, may natirang 7, 0. So, 10 million days bago ma-reach ng comet yung Earth. Alright? Again, 10 million, di ba ilang 0 yan? 7, di ba? So, di ba ito lang din naman yung sagot? 10 to the 7th power. So, 7 yung exponent, it means 7 yung zeros niya. Okay? When the caterpillar larva hatches, it weighs only 10 raised to negative 3 grams. However, each day it can eat 10 raised to 6 times its body weight. How many grams of food can the larva eat each day? Alright, so ang hahanapin natin is yung grams ng food na nakakain ng caterpillar larva sa isang araw. Alright, kung ang nakakain niya daw is 10 raised to 6 times nung body weight niya na 10 raised to negative 3. Alright, so ang gagamitin natin is multiplication. So, 10 raised to negative 3 times 10 raised to 6. Diba yung rule natin, when we multiply exponents, we just need to add them. So, 10 raised to 3 plus 6. Negative 3 plus 6. And the answer for that is 3. Tama? Kasi negative yun, 3. So, plus 6, that's 3. So, the answer now is 10 cube grams. Yan yung nakakain niya sa isang araw. Okay? So, if we do it in another way, so, yung negative na exponent, nagiging fraction siya, diba? So, 1 over 10 raised to 3. That is the 10 raised to negative 3 times yung 10 raised to 6. So, dahil wala naman tong denominator, automatic, that's 1. So, 1 times 10 raised to 6, that is 10 raised to 6. 10 cube times yung 1 na invisible denominator niya, that is 10 raised to 3, or cube. Okay? So, again, kapag nag-divide tayo ng may exponent, let's just minus their exponent. So, 6 minus 3, the answer is 10 cube pa rin. Same lang nung kanina. Alright? So, if it's in another way, so yung 1 times yung 10 raised to 6. So, again, yung exponent ang magsasabi ilang 0. So, 1 tapos 6 na 0. And then, yung 10 cube. So, 3 yung exponent. So, ibig sabihin, tatlong 0 times yung invisible na denominator na 1. So, 1 times, ilan ba to? 1 million. That's 1 million. 1,000 times 1, that is 1,000. If you're gonna divide it, the answer is 1,000. Again, 3 zeros, ibig sabihin, 3 yung exponent niya. Okay? So, the answer is 10 cube grams. Yan yung nakakain ng caterpillar larva sa isang araw. A seed on a dandelion flower weighs 10 raised to negative 4 grams. The dandelion itself can weigh up to 10 raised to 4 grams. How many times heavier is a dandelion than its seed? So, ang hahanapin lang natin is gaano daw kabigat yung dandelion dun sa seed niya. Alright? Kung ang yung weight ng dandelion is 10 raised to 4 grams at yung weight ng seed is 10 raised to negative 4 grams. So, ang gagawin natin is we will divide them. So, we have 10 raised to 4 divided by 10 raised to negative 4. Again, if we will divide number with exponent, ima-minus lang natin yung exponent nila. So, 10 raised to 4 minus negative 4, and the answer to this is 8. So, 10 raised to 8 grams times na mabigat yung dandelion kaysa dun sa seed niya. Alright? So, if we will do that in other way, so yung 10 raised to 4, that is 10,000. So, yung 4 na 0, yan yung 4 na exponent, diba? Over 1. Then, yung 10 raised to negative 4, dahil negative yung exponent niya, again, magiging fraction siya. So, that will be 1 over 10,000. Dahil yung 10 raised to negative 4, 4 yung exponent, so 4 zeros. So, if we will divide it, so, di ba pag nag-divide tayo ng fraction, magiging multiplication, and then yung isang term, magiging opposite. So, 10,000 times 10,000, 1 times 1, that's 1. So, the answer for these is, what? Ilang zeros ba to? 8 zeros. So, that would be, 1, that is 100 million times na mas mabigat yung dandelion dun sa seed niya. Alright? So, kung mapapansin nyo, ilang zeros to? 8 zeros. Kaya naman yung exponent natin ay 8. Alright? Determine the dimension of a square-shaped chessboard having an area of 64 square meter. Alright, so ang hahanapin lang natin is yung dimension or yung length and width ng chessboard. So kung ito yung chessboard na merong area na 64 square meter, ano yung length niya tsaka yung width niya? Okay? So to get the side, again, we just need to get the square root of the area. So the square root of 64 square meter is 8 meter. So, yung side niya, length and width niya is parehas na 8 meter. Okay? So, that is the dimension of the square-shaped chessboard. Melvin has $500 to invest. If Melvin invests his money for 2 years, that compounded annually at 5%, how much will be his money after 2 years? Okay, so, aalamin natin magkano yung magiging pera ni Melvin after 2 years kung nilagay niya sa investment yung $500 niya, which is compounded annually at 5% at iniwan niya doon in 2 years. Okay? So, first, we need to get the 5% of the 500 na ininvest niya. So, yung 5% na yon is 25. So, yan yung tubo, yung interest. Okay? So, in 1 year, tumubo na ng 5% yung $500 niya. So, idadagdag mo na yun dun sa investment niya. So, in 1 year, ito na yung pera niya, 525. Okay? So, in second year, yung 525, kunin mo dyan yung 5% ulit. So, imumultiply mo siya sa 5%. So, yung 5% ng 525 is 26.25. So, ito yung tubo niya. Alright? And then, i-add mo yan dun sa pera niya last year na 525. Then, yung pera niya in second year, that is 551.25. Okay? So, ito yung makukuha niyang amount after 2 years. Okay. So, this is a long process. So, gamitin natin yung formula to get the final money na makukuha niya after 2 years. So, the formula is P times, open and close parenthesis, 1 plus R raised to T, or the time. Yung P dyan is principal. So, yan yung ininvest niya na $500. And then, 1 plus yung R is rate. So, yung rate is 5%. And then, yung T is yung years. So, in 2 years. Alright? So, sagutin muna natin yung nasa parenthesis. So, 1 plus 0.05, that is 1.05 raised to 2. So, i-multiply natin to sa sarili niya. So, that is 1.1025. After that, multiply natin sa 500. So, the final answer is 551.25. Parehas lang yung nakuha natin kanina. Alright? So, ito yung amount ng money na makukuha ni Melvin after 2 years. Practice time. So, guys, ito lang yung mga word problems na sinugutan natin kanina. And I want you to answer it again, but this time, kayo na lang. Okay? So, this is to assess kung may natutunan kayo or kailangan nyo pang balikan yung mga videos tungkol sa exponent and square roots para mas maintindihan nyo. Okay? So, I hope mag-participate kayo dito sa practice time kasi it is for you guys. Kasi the more you practice, mas nagiging familiar kayo how to answer word problems. At the same time, magiging flexible kayo kasi makakaisip kayo ng ibang way to answer it. At makikita nyo pa kung nagiging mabilis kayo sa pagsagot. So, I hope you participate, guys.